I've been looking at Warhammer Plus all wrong. The way I've been looking at it is the video part of it is the value and everything else is just value added on. But the way I think we're meant to be looking at it is the video part is just an aside and everything else like vouchers, deals, all that kind of thing are where the value lies. And I can't actually disagree with that. Games Workshop have been saying that Warhammer Plus is great value and I've been thinking, no it's not. If you break down everything we've had so far, we've actually had our money's worth. Before I go any further with this, please bear in mind that this only works if you want the model and you shop at the web store regularly. Otherwise, it is not value for money for you. Someone in the comments mentioned that there should be a tier for people that just want to watch the animations and nothing else, maybe a £2 fee, and I cannot disagree with that, because otherwise there is no other way to watch the animations unless you pay the full £6 or whatever it is a month, which is not good, because there's no value in that whatsoever. But for me, and I was really surprised by this, we're 3 months in, and my subscription is just about paid for itself. It is £1 short. So we've got, if you take the model, we've got a £20 model because it's a figure. Yes, it's a small figure, but it's got a big display base, so I think £20 seems reasonable. We've had a £10 voucher, which I have spent. I think I put it towards a Stompa, which you might have seen in my video yesterday. And I also bought Aeronautica Imperialis in the sale, which was only open to Warhammer Plus people. So that's normally £57, and I got it for £38. So that's another £19. You take £20 for the model, £10 for the voucher, and £19 saving on Aeronautica Imperialis, then we're at £49. So I am £1 shy of my annual subscription fee, and we're only 3 months in. If you think there's not going to be any more offers for the next 9 months, then I don't know what to tell you. There definitely will be. This is surprising me as well. I thought we're not getting value for money, but we actually are. I also haven't mentioned the apps. We get access to the 2 apps, which I was paying for anyway. I know they're not the best apps out there. I know there's better alternatives, but we still get access to them for essentially free, and they work at a basic level. They let me try out some army lists and just build things while I'm sitting on the couch or whatever. So for me, they're a good addition. Then add on top of that Warhammer Vault, and although I can't really assign a monetary value to it, it's still there. It's very convenient. It's not really a value add for me, it's more just convenience because I've got most of the issues and I've read most of the books as well. So why is it that when we add the shows on top of that, it actually feels less valuable than the sum of all its parts? And the only answer can be the way it was marketed to us. We were shown all these great animations and we've seen 2 of them. Or were we shown a whole load of animations? No, we weren't. I went back and looked at the sizzle reel, and all we saw were Angels of Death, Hammer and Bolter, the Exodite I think it is, Dominion trailer, Kill Team trailer, and the Indomitus trailer. So 6 things. Everything that we've seen so far has been one of those things. So most of the different animations we saw were individual episodes of Hammer and Bolter. So I don't think there's a lot in the pipeline. We really need a trailer very soon to show us what's coming. I'm actually getting a bit concerned that there's going to be a massive gap between animations. I really hope they've got other stuff in the works, because otherwise it's going to be really poor. And I'm not talking from a value point of view, I've just shown you the facts that if you're on an annual subscription and you've used all the parts of it that we've been given access to so far, then we're actually almost ahead. But I'm talking about from a fan's point of view. I want to see these things. I feel that they were a bit disingenuous by showing us all this cool stuff that's coming when it's not actually. So they really need to get their finger out. They need to communicate better. They need to tell us what's coming. A roadmap would be absolutely fantastic. It would give us something to look forward to. Old reliable Warhammer Vault isn't reliable this week. It seems that the servitor who's converting the White Dwarfs to PDF must be on holiday, because we've only got 1 White Dwarf and 1 book, and it is Realmgate Wars 4, the All Gates. So one thing I have noticed is that all these books are having their titles appended with the lore, so it's very clear that the rules have been stripped out. So I've seen that fed back to them quite a lot, so they are listening to feedback, which is a good thing. One thing I would like to see for the vault is for them to come from 2 different directions when converting the white dwarves. So have newer white dwarves and older white dwarves, and eventually they'll meet in the middle. It will take a long time because they're only doing 4 a week and 1 a week this week, but that's what I would like to see because I want to read some really old stuff that I've never seen before, and I would still like the new stuff as well. The battle report for this week is Warhammer Underworlds Harrow Deep. It's not really my thing, but as usual, production values, presentation, presenting, all top notch. I was just thinking that they could do with a guest coming on, and lo and behold, Phil Kelly appears. He's really engaging, he does a really good job on this, and I hope we see more of that in the future. Like I say, celebrities that play Warhammer would be really good, like Henry Cavill. Obviously not going to get Henry Cavill, but that would be such a cool thing to see. I really hope it happens at some point with some celebrities that play. In the 3D printing world, for example, it turns out Neil Patrick Harris from How I Met Your Mother is a big 3D printing fan, and he's been on a lot of 3D printing videos now, so it can happen. Loremasters was good this week, although the same complaints persist. It is just too high level. When I found out it was going to be Rabuti Guilliman, I was quite excited, because there's one bit of his story that I just don't know. I know he was put in the stasis field. I know it was Fulgrim that did it, but I didn't know how that happened. And we find that out, sort of. All we were told was, he went here, he did this, and then he did this. We don't know how the Ultramarines managed to get him away from an absolute combat god like Fulgrim. That is what I wanted to know, and that is what we didn't find out, so it's a bit of a disappointment. Later on, it was really good to see how Guilliman converted the less receptive chapters to taking Primaris Marines like the Black Templars and the Space Wolves. Angels of Death was mostly exposition this week, explaining the stories for all parties. There were some really cool reveals though. One in particular was a lot bigger than I thought it would be. I'll just put it that way. No spoilers though. The facial animation hasn't been great in general, but I thought it was particularly poor this week. The Magus in particular was bad. It just was not synced up properly. It just did not look convincing one little bit. Who cares though, it's one of the best things I've watched. It's set up really nicely for the remaining episodes. I can't wait to see what Hadriel's up to, because we didn't see him this episode. And it's going to be brilliant, I've got a feeling. It's still way too short though. Let me know what you think about the value of Warhammer Plus. Am I talking absolute nonsense? Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.